Hello YouTubers, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back here with all of you. Well, I just want to say thank you to all of you for your wonderful support on all my videos and all your lovely letters and your comments. So many of you have been so very kind, taking the time to write to me. And I'm very touched by it. And I appreciate you tuning in. Well, you know, it's that time of week, and I promise you guys another messages from the spirit world. So, you know, I like to tell you before we get into all this, you know, I do get a lot of letters, and I know some of you have written, so, well, Bob, I haven't heard from you. Well, try to understand, I'm getting over 1,000 requests a month coming in for reading. So, you know, I do the best I can trying to get through the letters here, so bear with me. But, you know, I always say, listen to the readings. Even if your letter isn't selected, doesn't mean, one, I don't like you, don't take it personally. Sometimes it's just a numbers thing. I only got so much time and I can get through so many. But sometimes your answer will come through somebody else's question. Like you might think, well, you know, gee, I really wish I had an answer to this issue or that issue, and you're listening to messages from the spirit world, and something that a guide brings over to me is very valuable to your life. So listen to other people's messages, because there can be a message for you in that, because spirit works that way, okay? Anyways, before we get into this, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay? My spirit guide Fletcher's back here. He says hi to all of you. Okay, let's see. My first letter tonight goes out to Winnie Crone. And you know, Winnie, you asked a wonderful question about where is the spirit world. And you said somebody told you it was underground. No, no. The spirit world is actually all around us. You know, in terms of direction, it is a little higher, maybe 3 or 4 feet above our current plane. But it's not underground. You know, and it's not far, far away, you see. The spirit world is literally around us, but it's at a higher frequency. And what that means is that it oscillates at a frequency that we can't perceive it. It's at a different dimensional vibrational rate, but it's not far away. So when, you know, you talk about trying to reach out to somebody that's on the other side, remember they're not far away, and it's easier to get a message over than you realize. So keep talking to the spirit world, and it will respond, okay? But no, it's not far away, and it's not underground. It's right around us. See, when people die, they go to the plane, the frequency in that dimension where they're most compatible, okay? So, anyways, there you go. Thank you so much for writing. Okay, Marina Marie Kenyon wants to know about a job. Yes, I do see you getting a job. It does look like it is connected to DJ work, but it does appear to be karaoke. And what's interesting is you have a communicator theme on your chart, so you'll do really well at that. And it's funny is I don't feel that's the only job. I feel like your name gets around, and it looks like after the new year, some other club is asking you to come out. So I think you're going to kind of, you know, build a fan following. I do. And, you know, you might even want to kind of, you know, spin some records here on YouTube and, you know, do some DJ samples. I think people would love you. You have good energy around you, and I see that being a real success. Go for it. Thanks for writing. Okay, next letter is Bailey Dix. Yeah. Well, listen, I got to tell you, I am picking up around you spirit activity. Now, I get a lady. Now, I want to place this as a grandmother here. I believe it's on the mother's side of the family. And I just keep hearing her say, I'm happy and I love her. She keeps telling me she's at peace. And I keep seeing some issue. Now, she's trying to get the family's attention here. And she says, I'm in the photograph. So I want you to go back through. This may be a recent photograph from a funeral or a family reunion. But I keep seeing an image, and it looks like it may be an orb image or even a face of her that keeps coming out in this picture. And I feel like she is trying to manifest her photo. So you might want to get a camera and say, you know, Grandma, will you please show yourself to me? And then sense where you see her. Take a picture, and you might get an orb or even an actual apparition. But the spirit people do that sometimes. But I do pick her up around you. She's fine. She says, I'm not in any pain. And it looks like she's going to be showing herself to you in a picture. Okay? So take some pictures. Thank you for writing. All right, let's see here. We got Obed Irvin Bolick the fourth. Yeah, hi. You write about social anxiety. Yeah. Well, listen, I understand that, you know. It can be overwhelming. You know, one of the things that you have going on is you're an empath. And an empath is somebody who takes a lot of energy into their body, particularly through the stomach area, down the chakra and the solar plexus area. So you want to work on shielding yourself with white light so that you don't feel so afraid. That'll help, you know, keep that overwhelming feeling from coming over you. You know, I pick up around this, there's a past life connection. They show me that you were around in France during the time of the revolution. And it looks like you were in a crowd that was trying to storm either the Bastille or one of those big palaces. And you got crushed in the mob. You were just a kid. You're about 10 years old. And they showed me that you were literally crushed and you were trying to get out. And so crowds, well, that's just overwhelming for you. And on top of that, being an empathic person, it's like doubly bad. So, you know, one of the things you want to do, though, every day is meditate. Try to find that center. And I would focus on the stomach area and try to visualize a beautiful yellow rose there. And try to open that rose and let that golden light come out. That light will shield you and protect you. And then you can close that flower down and hold the light in you, and it will empower you within. And if you do that every day, just take 2 or 3 minutes, really, before you go out of the house, and you also put the white light around you, you'll start to notice that you don't feel so overwhelmed. It really does work, and I'd like to encourage you to try. But also understand some of this is past life stuff, and when you're meditating, I'd like you to say, I release my past life fear. And that will help you get a leg up on this. Social anxiety affects a lot of people, and even I get a little overwhelmed sometimes. Because I'm getting more well known now. A lot of times when I'm in public, people will run up to me because they're excited to see me, and they're usually very nice people. They just want me to sign a book or to say hi or have a picture taken. But I tell you, it's strange because I'm not used to that. And sometimes people are over enthusiastic and they just like scream, oh my God, it's Bob Hickman! And it's a little jarring. So if you're in public and you see me, I'd love to talk to you. Approach me gently, okay? Because I get a little social anxiety too. But I love to talk to people. And Obed Irvin, I think if you do these meditations, you'll start to feel better. And you'll release some of that past life fear, okay? Thanks for writing. Hope that helps. Okay, Jamila Queen. Yeah, around you I think things are going to be okay with that situation. I'd like you to have your blood pressure looked at, though. I'm getting a strange fluctuation around that. And I feel like you just want to have that looked at and keep that in balance. But I pick up a girl around you. And I feel like she's in spirit waiting to come over. So I see this going well for you. Okay, so it looks like a little girl. But please have the blood pressure looked at. Work with your doctor, okay? Because God made doctors. So I'm not trying to say we don't ever use doctors. Some psychics try to be medical people. I don't. I always say work with your doctor. But that's an area I'd like you to ask them to look at, and let's see where that takes us, okay? Thanks for writing. Okay, Teresa Spencer, hi. Hon, I keep getting around you. It's funny, as we go over into this next year, I'm getting creative energy. It's like writing, painting, drawing, a lot of creative energy here around you. And I feel like you're kind of coming into a new phase of your life where it's very much about an openness and an energy of freedom and new beginning. Okay, it looks very positive. And around your son, I keep getting a greater sense of freedom also. It's like both of you are kind of going through a cycle here where there's been a lot of, kind of negativity and holding patterns. And I feel like each of you are feeling more alive, more alert, and it really looks like 2012 is a very strong year. I keep getting also creative energy around your son, and I'm getting very strong spiritual connection around him. And I feel like he may go into something that's teaching oriented. You know, I keep getting him teaching meditation or yoga. These are areas he'd do really well with. But I feel 2012 is a much more positive year for him also. So both of you are on the upswing here. And what's interesting is when we get into next summer, around July, maybe June, July, I keep feeling like there's discussion about a move. And it's almost like your son's coming. I don't know if he's living with you now or he's going to be back with you, but I see both of you moving, and it feels like there's a new house coming, a purchase of a property. I don't think it's a far distance that you go, but it feels to me to be part of this new energy that's coming in. So we can look at that more, but I see things moving up. But be open to writing, okay? That's really strong around you right now, okay? Or painting, or drawing, or sculpting. Anything creative. That's where your power is. Thanks for writing. Okay. Carissa 118. Hi. Yeah, wants to know about future children. Yeah. I pick up on around you two children coming in. One feels like a boy and the other's a girl. And what's interesting is they've been your children before. I keep feeling like the minute they're born, it's like you know them already. Seems to be a past life connection. And I want to connect it to Victorian England. So that's where you'll know them from. As they're growing up, they'll, you know, if you show them pictures of Victorian clothing or houses, it's like it'll bring that memory back for them. I don't see this, though, for about 6 years. So I think we got a little ways yet. But it looks like in about 6 years, you'll be with child. And I feel like, you know, you're on the right path. That relationship looks strong. And I do see marriage around it also. So it's about 6 years and then we'll see children. Okay? Thanks for writing. All right. I love musical muffins. You guys have the most creative YouTube channel names. I love it. I'm so impressed. You know, interesting to ask about past lives, and I do get a connection here with you. It's interesting. One of your former lives was in well, you were born actually in the 1940s, and it looks like you died around 1967. And what's interesting is you have a connection with John Lennon. You do have a connection around the Beatles. I believe that you were actually a college student in 67, just come out of school actually. And they showed me that you were actually connected to the Hare Krishna movement. And I believe that you lived in England. And it looks like you died, unfortunately. It was just a heart condition, you know. So you had a weak heart. And now I don't see you having a weak heart now, you know, but, you know, if you're having heart problems, you know, of course, to work with a doctor. But that's what took you out in your last life. You died very young. You were about 24, 25. It was just a genetic, you know, fluke. But you did actually meet John Lennon. I believe you also had a connection with George Harrison as well, because you were very into Hinduism. You used to go to the Hare Krishna temple. And that's how you knew him, okay? So do some research on the Hare Krishnas in the 1960s, and I think that you'll know your connection, okay? Thanks for writing. Okay, Bastet674, hi. Well, you know, I do want to tell you that I do believe you did see a UFO. Now, I believe that the UFO that you saw is connected to the star system Rigel, and there's a race of beings called the Regalians, and they are actually a type of the gray aliens, little short gray people with the big eyes. They're not dangerous, not going to hurt you, but I do believe that you have seen them. And I believe that you'll see more of them. It's like you know, some people just draw them to them. And I think you have a little bit of that psychic ability, and that makes them interested in kind of being in your area. So anyways, no danger there. I don't see you being abducted in it per se, but I do see you having more visual sightings. Okay. But anyways, it's the Regalians who you saw. Okay? Hope that helps. Thank you for writing. Okay, let's see here. We've got 333 Stargazer 333. Yeah. Well, you know, listen, I got to tell you something. You have a natural psychic ability also. And you're right now drawing towards yourself earthbound spirits. And so you're not crazy. The stuff that's going on is real. I don't think it's a curse. I think you're just drawing in spirits. There seems to be an open portal somewhere around your property. I keep getting a pond near you. I don't know if you go to a pond or something, but I'm getting an open energy source around a pond. And I keep feeling like that's where they come through. I don't know if it's on your property, but it doesn't seem too far from you. And I'd like you to put bowls of salt. Get like a little cereal bowl. Fill it with just salt. If you get sea salt, that's great, or even regular salt. Put it in the window seals of your house, like in the kitchen windows, the bedroom windows, bathroom, and leave it up for about a month. That will help step down the vibration. I'd also like you to research the evil eye, because I feel like, some of the spirits that do come around you, they're not always settled. Evil eye kind of deflects hostile intent if any spirits come with that kind of attitude or want to stir up trouble, okay? So, I don't think they're attacking you. And also I got to tell you, you're going to think I'm insane probably, but I get aliens also around you, and I feel like you do have some sort of connection also with aliens, also the Greys. Now, the aliens are not here to attack us. They're not dangerous, but I feel like on some level you psychically connect with them. I don't feel you've been abducted, and they're not actually here to hurt us. They're not attacking us, but they are trying to mentally connect with us. And because you're a little bit psychic, I do believe that you kind of, they get in your head, so to speak, and you get in their mind. So there's some sort of psychic link going on there. Okay, but if you put the salt up, that helps break vibrational connections, and also it'll slow down the activity of the earthbounds. So that should help. Okay, hope that helps a little bit. Good luck. Okay, let's see. Our next letter is Christian Micah Music. Christian Micah Music. Okay. First of all, also, like the other person, 333 Stargazer, I think you're drawing earthbounds to you. I do pick up around you spirit activity. I don't think you're crazy. But you've got to pray, you see? And you're saying, well, what do I do? Oh, my God, these things in my house. You got to talk to them. You take control. You say, I recognize you're here. Okay? Because what they show me, it's like you're sitting in a chair and there's like a shadow that goes by you. I keep seeing you like jerking, like you're looking. In that sense on the side that you keep saying you aren't imagining it. I do feel there are people literally walking by you. So you say, this is my house. You got to go to the light. You're dead. Tell them that. And then you pray and send the light. I want you to also ask St. Michael to help you. Ask St. Michael the Archangel to come in because he'll work with you also. And also, like Stargazer, I want you to put bowls of salt around your house. Okay, put it particularly in your bedroom. Okay. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is Sally Kent Music. Hello, dear. Thank you for writing. By the way, your music is wonderful. But I also get spirit activity around you. This is really interesting because a lot of people now are starting to get spirit activity, and I pick it up around you. And I think this is part of, 2012 coming, that a lot of psychic people's gifts are being pushed to the forefront. You are what I would call a natural medium. You've had it since childhood. And I feel like, your musical ability actually is a gift from the spirit world. And I keep getting around you in spirit a grandmother here. It could be a great-grandmother. One place is on the mother's side. And it's interesting because she was very much an artistic soul. She may not have actually practiced music, but I feel like she's directing it now from the other side. So you are getting some help there. And I want you to watch this upcoming March. Because in March 2012, I keep getting changes around you, and I get monetary changes. Feels like a new job coming in here. And what's interesting around the work, I keep seeing you working with children. So you may find yourself being asked to, teach a course in music to children or something like that. But you do very well with working with children and teaching music, because that's a gift that you have. So I'd like you just to consider that, okay? But it looks like it's in March opportunities open up that bring more money your way, okay? Anyways, hope that helps a little bit. Thank you for writing. Well, my goodness, guys, that's all I'm going to get to today. But I am so glad you took the time to come here. And, keep it here because we've got, our Saturday night dance party coming. And, you know, Spirit Channel will always have more videos. You know, and do you guys want me to do another EVP session in the next few days? So, you know, send me yes or no in the box. Tell me what you want, and we'll try to give it to you. Thanks for being here at Spirit Channel. Keep it here. You know where it's happening. And this is Bob Hickman. And next week, you know, I'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.